All right, folks, this is Joap Silva in the New Media Workshop channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please subscribe to the channel. It's really nice to see people subscribe to the channel and getting some good updates of what I've been doing and creating. It's definitely really, really appreciated. If you haven't subscribed yet, yeah, again, please do it. For you guys who have, thank you so much for again to enjoy the channel. So, I'm gonna start a tutorial today. This probably is gonna be my longest tutorial, I'm gonna be working with multiple softwares to run this project. But it was just like an extra software, but a website as well. I decided to create just in one video because creating multiple videos, I have to edit those videos. It takes a lot of time for me to do that. So I decided just to run this whole tutorial in one video. So the goal is to design a website, build the website, and run this website on the internet. Okay, so we're gonna start from the scratch. Please take your time, grab a really good cup of, a coffee or your tea or any type of drink. Plan ahead to watch this tutorial. I will do my best to speed up, but not to go overly fast because there's a lot of little intricacies and places that will be covered. That's very important. But I'll try not to waste anybody's time, but make sure that you plan to hold tight and to stay there. Okay. So today I'm going to be working with DREAMWEAVER software, Adobe Illustrator, and a website that when the website is ready to upload over the internet, I will show you the website that I'm going to be working. Okay. But again, really take the time to watch this video. Cool. So let's just dive in, okay, into the software right away. So here I have the DreamWeaver, Adobe DreamWeaver. There's a lot of tutorials that I created already on Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign. You can use Photoshop for this too. It would be great. But I'm just going to use Illustrator. Illustrator will do the job. Other things too, I'm not going to be creating the most amazing websites because I mean I just don't want to waste the time in doing that. It's more like how to build it, so you just can take your time and just design a website any way that you want to. But this is more like how to build it, how to put the pieces together. Okay. All right. So this is a version of DreamWeaver that I'm working with. So DreamWeaver. I'm working with the 20.2.1 version of this of the software. I tried to download the latest version, and for some reason Adobe was not allowing me to. I have a subscription that it was for my work to work with the software, but that's fine. I doubt that will be overly different from this. I think that this is 2 versions before the newest one. Okay, so it definitely will be very similar to the newest one. Cool. All right, so this is the interface of the software. The first time that I worked with DreamWeaver, seriously, it probably has been, I don't know, 23, 24 years ago. It's a pretty old software. Back then, even before going to college, I started learning the software to create websites for businesses in my hometown back in Brazil. So I learned this from scratch. I learned by myself. I worked with the software over the years, and then when a lot of design yourself websites start populating the internet, I just gave a big break on this software. But I also I tutored DreamWeaver, so I have some pretty decent knowledge of the software. But again, I haven't been working with the software for a long time, but it's nice to be back and to explore some of the tools of the software. Cool. All right, so this is the interface of the software. There's a lot of little tools here, open documents, file management. There's a lot of things here. You do not need to be working with these guys here, but I will show to you places that you will go, and you will go pretty often, okay? All right, so there's a home button. your work, quick starts, you know, the templates here. So these are templates that are available for you. So this is the format of the documents that you can start. Okay, so let me just go to this quick start to start templates here. So if you want to create a website in Dreamweaver, you already have a lot of prefab templates here for you, ready, well, nicely designed. That's pretty much whatever you click here. You just have to change the images and add the texts for you. Pretty straightforward. But what we're going to do is we're going to create a web pages here from scratch. That's our plan. Okay, that's what we're going to be doing. Cool. So I'm going to go here and create new. All right. So when I click in create new here, I also have all the documents type here: HTML, CSS. So these are the formats of. This is the file formats that will work on the internet. Okay. So we're going to create an HTML format. I've seen a lot of pages in PHP. You know, there's also things in Java. JavaScript is pretty good. There are softwares that work online. CSS is very important. Lines of codes that you can run in multiple. That can be very applicable to that works within HTML. Okay. So we're not going to be working with none of these guys here, but HTML is straight from HTML. Okay. Here you also have the site templates. You have already some things here that you can use. But again, we're going to start with a new document. You don't need to go to Bootstraps. It's just going to be in none here. I want you to title your document, and you can title this document as homepage. Okay, home page. That's pretty fine. And you're gonna leave it here in HTML5, which is the most updated HTML file format, which is really great. It runs pretty smooth. Okay, that's what most of the websites internet has been working with. You're gonna leave in this, and you're gonna click in create. You have a preferences here too. You don't need it to go on anything here in the preferences. Just make sure that you don't touch on anything here. There's an extension here. It's really editors are, but you don't need to do anything here. Okay. Cool. It's gonna close. Everything's fine here, and I'm gonna click and create. All right. So this is what you got. This is pretty fun, right? It's like pretty much nothing here. It's like, oh my gosh, very different than Illustrator and Photoshop or InDesign. Very different. And you are correct. All right, so this is what you get in this is, you know, this is the starting point for Dreamweaver. That's the interface. All right, so you have here in an untitled -1. Here you have a code. This is the working space. You have any split here. Okay, let me just move this up a little bit. The split, you have a code. This is literally right here that you see. This is your web page, your first web page. Okay, so this is a web page, and here's what's underneath that web page. This is a line of codes, which it's HTML format, HTML programming language. Okay, which is underneath this white web page here. Okay, so you can see there's nothing there, right? It's like there's white, but there's coding going on here. Okay, and also you have design here. Okay, which only leaves you with your web page. Also, when you click on this, you have a design and you have a live. Live is when your page is actually nicely working. Okay. So ideally you want to go and leave it in the design here, because that's where we're going to be working with design. Okay. All right, here on the right, you have this DOM here. Okay. You have assets, you have snipes here too. There's a lot of effects, animation. There's a lot of things here that you can use. We're not going to be using anything here. You also have, yes, you have CSS design, insert, and you can see here you have some very useful types of tools here that we're going to be working with this a little bit. Okay, cool. And you have CSS library, and you have more things here, files, that you can access your computer. Okay, cool. We have output here. You have JIT. You don't need to go into this, but if you have a GitHub, you can connect Adobe Dreamweaver to your GitHub, which is really, really, really awesome, right? You also have the tools here, this menu, the top menus here too. You see View, Insert, Tools, Find, and you have a lot of things here, okay? So you can access these buttons that you have right here, or you just go through here too. It's pretty much the same thing, okay? All right, so I'm gonna just leave it as here. We can operate with both on the top and with these two here together. All right, but before we go into this here, you need to do a little plan. You know, what do you want your website to look like? You know, what do you want to create? What's the interface? What is the design of a web page? So for this, our plan is, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna go to Illustrator, okay, that's a plan. So here in Illustrator, I have my web page, I have my page here. Please, you know, watch my videos on Illustrator, and that's really, really good videos on how to use the software as Adobe Illustrator, okay. All right, the first thing here what I'm gonna do is I wanna design what my page is gonna look like. This, again, this is gonna be a pretty simple page, web page, okay, pretty standard web page. So I'm going to be working. I mean, you don't need to design with any software, but I mean, I will explain to you why I'm going to design with the software. But ideally, you can use a paper to design, to sketch out your pages. Then you can digitalize and using some components, you know, from, for example, from Illustrator into your web page, if you want to, or not. But I will use some of the things that I'm going to draw here. That I'm going to do here in Illustrator into the web page, okay? All right, so I'm going to just use my guidelines just to design my page. I want to make sure that I know where the menu is, where the logo type is. And I'm just going to be random stuff, like literally really, really, really random, okay? So I'm going to use my guidelines here. Give some space. All right, cool. So I'm gonna add a logo type here, a big title here, some larger image for this part, and a menu here, okay, with three buttons, okay. I mean, pretty simple. Let me just go to Illustrator here, view. Let me just do something with my smart guides here because it's locked. Hold on, smart guides, ruler, guides, unlock guides. There you go. Yes, so I can actually move it. Cool. Right there. Cool. So I'm gonna call this website Black Square. At least we can do this quick. Actually, I'm gonna make something else here a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna. Right there, that one, black and red, that's fine. Actually, I don't even want black and red. Oh, hold on. I want it to be yellow. I think that would be better, like this. Cool. It's like a little funky, and I'm gonna, yellow square. I'm gonna call yellow square, okay? Yellow square. All right, that's the name of this website. Okay, I'm gonna just go ahead there. Yellow square. Gonna copy. So I'm gonna do here. My goal is to create a what actually I want my page to look like. Okay. Yellow. Actually, I'm gonna go with a smaller. Let's see, yellow square. There. What I want my websites to actually look like. Okay. Yellow square. There. Where is the yellow square. Let me just find an okay font that would be interesting. This is a nice font. Let me see here. The fonts that will make my website a little pretty decent. I kind of like this one here. All right, yellow square. It's a yellow square, and I will change the, let's see, the distance of my font. Let me see. Okay. And put here 500. Right there, cool. Right there. Very interesting font. And I want to change the color of this font too. Let me see. This and red. Cool. All right, yellow square. This, I know that's no square here, but right there. It's a little better. Yellow square. And then I'm gonna go ahead right now. I'm gonna also make a shadow into this. Like this will be really fun right there. Yellow square, cool. And here I'm gonna add 2 buttons, 3 buttons. I'm gonna add an about, I'm gonna write images and contact. Cool. I'm gonna change this because the font is pretty much impossible to read it. And I'm gonna go with a Arial font, which is really fine. About images and contact. And I want to have that as a bold italic. Let's see, actually just bold. Hold on. Bold. Right there. And I'm gonna make it, yeah, that's pretty fine. Right there, about contact, I'm gonna actually put a bracket here. Let's see, I'm gonna put one of, yeah, those looks pretty decent, like this, like comments. There you go. And I make this smaller a little bit. There you go, really good. And then, yeah, black, that's pretty fine. And then lastly here, what I'm gonna do is I will add something here, an image, just to see what my work look like. All right, just add this picture here of a work that I have. Okay, cool. It's an image. I'm gonna actually up this image a little bit. Make this smaller a little bit, right there. Cool, right there. And one more last thing that I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna add a copyright here. Joab Silva. Oh no, so back. Let's see. Copyright. Hold on. Let me just expand this. Right here. Yellow square. All rights reserved. Rights reserved. 2023. Good. All right. This is a very, very standard. Okay. Very, very standard. I mean, you don't need to follow none of this. But it's like just, you know, for the sake of the tutorial, very, very standard. Very, very basic. Okay. So what I'm doing is just say, okay, website, very, very basic front cover, right there. So let me just put in a view here, presentation mode, to see what it looks like right there. Little presentation mode. Okay, cool. This and all right, very, very basic. And what I'm gonna do now, let me just organize this a little bit to make this more right. So what I'm gonna do here is, how can I get all those things here and add those things in Illustrator, okay? So I'm using Arial font here, and this is a font that works on the internet. But this font here does not work on the internet. How do I use this font in Dreamweaver then? How do I get this? All right, that's what we're gonna be doing, okay? All right, if I wanna really pay attention, this is gonna be very important, okay? So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna cut every single part of this image here, and I'm gonna add everything here as an image into Dreamweaver, okay? I will not cut this about here, that takes a little bit of time because I already have Arial font in Dreamweaver, but if I add a very different font here, I will need to cut this buttons individually, okay, and add it individually in Dreamweaver. But for the sake of time, let's work on each one. So on each part here individually. All right, I already have this image here. I can resize it in Dreamweaver because I have this image in my work. But I want to cut this image and the logo. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go to Illustrator. I already have this. I'm gonna cut this logo. I'm gonna save it for the web. You can see the logos right here. I'm gonna save in my computer. Let me just create a folder. I'm gonna add my new website, and I'm gonna save as logo type. Okay, all right, cool. Now I'm gonna click on this image, which is the title, and I'm gonna just save it as title. All right, cool. So the idea is that whatever design you are doing here in Illustrator, whatever you want to do, you wanted to cut everything very specific, in a very specific size, and transfer that into Dreamweaver. For the buttons, it's very important that the buttons are exactly the same dimensions on their height, okay? On their width, on their height like this, and on their width doesn't matter, okay? Actually, their width is the most important. It's not their height, but the width is very, very important. Okay, you cannot have a button, for example, that just the size of the word images here, and the about is a longer button that goes all the way down here. So everything needs to be the exact same dimensions. Okay, the words are longer, so the width will change, but ideally, you know, things need to be very consistent in Dreamweaver. Otherwise, you're gonna have some weird behaviors in Dreamweaver happening. Okay, so all right, okay. I already have the image. This yellow square, all rights reserved here. I can write this in Dreamweaver already. I don't need to cut this one here. All right, cool. So let's go back to Dreamweaver and you start apply things there that we just created in Illustrator. Again, if you're using Adobe Photoshop, it's kind of the same idea. Okay, you can copy there. You also can connect Photoshop to your Dreamweaver. Cool. All right. So first thing, before I start creating anything here, I need to create a website with Dreamweaver. It's very important. Okay, so I have things untitled here. Okay. All right, pay attention to this because this is pretty much one of the most important. You get this wrong, your website's not gonna work, okay? All right, so first thing I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna go to sites here, okay? And I'm gonna click on new site, okay? All right, so in new site here, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna write the name of my website, which is yellow square. Right, I don't need to do any of those things here. Go to advanced, local, I don't need to go to anywhere here, okay? Just don't need to go to server, you don't need to go to this right now, and later I'm gonna discuss a little bit this with you guys. All right, site, yellow square, find a location. Ideally, wherever you have all the images of your website, you see that I have here, save there. There, okay? Very, very important. Cool. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna choose this, and I'm gonna save that this. Here is where you get the GitHub repository attached to your website, but we're not gonna go over this, okay? All right, so I have the website name here, and then my new website, and I'm gonna just save it there, okay? All right, cool. So I saved it there, but there's one thing for you to complete this. You need to save this page here, this first web page, and at this page here, you need to save as an index page. Again, you need to save this page as an index, okay? An index page is a home page, okay? This is very important. I will show to you how to save it, but if you get this name wrong and this wrong, your website will not work. Every website that you search on the internet, whatever you were typing at, for example, you say Amazon.com, that front page of the Amazon.com is an index page. When you type the website address, that search will search for an index page. The index page will always be the front page, okay, or the first page of the website, whatever that will look like. So you need to go ahead, file, and I'm gonna save as here. And you can see here is untitled still, right? And I'm gonna save this as an index. Look at there. So this is like very important. This is gonna be index HTML. Don't misspell this, don't write special characters, just index, okay? On a SAM folder that you already have your pictures. Okay, you don't need to do anything here, just an index. Just by having this right now, if I uploaded this website into the internet, I would be able to find this page, okay? And just a few, you have to do a few things, but pretty much the website's created. I have the index page, and it would function, okay? When a website doesn't have a page, a lot of times there's an error you didn't find, or this page is not found because the website, there's a problem on the index page, okay? So here, right here on the side, you can see my index page there, the most important page in my website, okay? So my website actually can be found on the internet, cool? And here you also see, because I'm on my Files tab, you can see all my files here, right? Cool. All right, now how can you add the pictures here? I mean, you can go ahead and you can drag it, but if you drag things here, things will be all over the place, right? So what you need to do here is you're gonna be working with, let's go here, you're gonna be working with tables. And this is a very, very important component. This is pretty much all the lines that we created down in Illustrator that I showed to you guys. You know, all these guidelines, pretty much that's the one that you're gonna be creating. You're gonna use all the guidelines to sort of similarly create your website. So you can see here we have in Illustrator we have 1, 2, we have 3 columns in Illustrator, right? That's what we have right now. So look, 1, 2, 3 columns, and then we have 1, 2, 3, which is a big one with all the buttons, 3, 4 here, that's the distance between the yellow square here, the all rights reserved, and 4. So we have, so you need to create a division here on how you're gonna add all those components in your website, okay? So again, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 4 columns and 5 rows, okay? Or 4 columns and 5 rows. So going back down in Dreamweaver, what I'm gonna do here is 4 columns and 5 rows. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna click in tables. And here in tables is here what you have. Let me just stop here so I don't forget. 4 columns, 5 rows, so I don't forget this. All right, So here in Dreamweaver, you have the amount of the rows, the columns. You have also the table width in percentage or in pixels. Ideally, for a website, you don't want to go over 700 pixels. And if you put it 100%, if you use percentage for a website, your website will be adjusted based on the screen, the device screen size. Like if it's a tablet, or if it's a phone, or if it's a computer screen. Your website will keep adjusting. It will always be from left to right, from edge to edge, okay, in a percentage. But going to pixels, your website is fixed on the dimensions. Okay, 700. It will always be 700 no matter what. Okay, no matter the screen size. Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna go with pixel right now, and we always adjust this. Okay, and I can show to you. All right, so they here have a border thickness. You have cell padding, and this is just the cell of each table. So I'm gonna just add this because we can change just to show to you. Okay, so cell padding, I don't need to do this, but cell spacing, I'm gonna just put 2 here. All right, so we have 700, and I want the table to be on the center. So it's like non, left, top, or both, left and top. So, but I want them to be in a center. Okay. Cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna click OK. All right. I know that's not in a center here, but things are in a center. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is you can see that I have certain distance here. You also can see the code, right? I'm gonna just put in a split here. You can see now what I have, everything in code now. Okay, very specific here. The width, the border. If I change the border, if I put 10 here, you can see that the border of my table change. If I see the pad, the cell spacing for 10, you can see the distance between them. That changed just by changing the code. Okay. So you cannot change the code, but to change your actually website. So you're just gonna put in splits. And let's just go leave it the splits a little bit so you can keep looking the change on the HTML code. Cool. All right. So I have this one here. I know that I have a distance just by dragging. You can drag here. You can see on a green space here showing the columns. Okay, it's showing. I can also select the columns, as you can see, just by going here. I can access the column. You can select the column, clear column width, select column left. So you can see that it's pretty. It's a straightforward on how to do things. You can see. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna just move a little bit, and you can see that my column here, this one here, changed, right? So I can adjust it very, very, very nicely. And also I can see the number. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just find a number. I'm gonna use 40 here, okay, 40. And I'm gonna change my other column. Here's 170. I can go to 42, okay, to this column. And I'm gonna just select my file here, my logo, my title. I have the logo type here, okay. If you want to see the size of your logo, you can click it on, and oh, hold on, my Dreamweaver just shut on me. Oh no, actually right there. As you can see here, I have let me just make sure that the things are fine. There you go, cool. You can see here that when I selected the logo, I have the dimensions of the logo here, and I can change it right here on the line of code. If I put 100 here, you can see that my logo, it changed a little bit, right? If I put 140, right there, the logo changed a little bit. So my plan here, hold on, there you go. My plan here, 140, cool, right there, is to make the pad here 142. So that will fit very nicely with my logo. And for me to do that, I can go ahead and you see that's 300 here. I can even change rounding spot by putting 140 right there on my line of code, or just changing, okay. We actually will not be 140 because 40 is this is 40, so it's now 180, right? It needs to be 120 actually not even 120. It's even less than that. Let's see, actually, because it's a 100 actually, the width, so I need to go to 100 on this, so it's 100 here. I can go ahead 100, or again just change it by looking at, okay. All right, and then I just can grab it and just drag my image to it, or just I can drag the image directly from here, okay. But remember, I changed the size of the image. I changed my logo type, okay. For example, this one here is bigger than this, okay. Right there, you can see that's this one that's selected. But again, that's you can change things out in a way that you want to, okay, by just dragging here if you want to, right there, or just by changing a code or change the pad, whatever that works for you. But it's nice to leave things organized. All right, so I just added my code there right now, and what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna add the title, okay. Right there, just gonna drag the title. I can drag it straight to inside of the location. All right, cool. I could make this bigger just by dragging it, but like this is pretty fine to me. I'm gonna save it, just going to rest, make sure that if the software crashes, I will not have any problem. I'm gonna make my my cell padding, just my cell spacing a little bit bigger, right there, just a little bit bigger, okay, so things are not touching. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the buttons. For the buttons here, again, I can go ahead and just add it in the way that I want to. But if I had the if I had the, what was the other thing that I would say? Oh my goodness. Yeah, if I have the images, and you know, if I don't want this font that I'm getting right now, I would just if I want an image, I need just to grab the images from Illustrator, okay. If I don't want this font, okay, I needed to go ahead and add the image for Illustrator. Right, so I'm gonna go ahead, add about, and go ahead here and add images, and I'm gonna go ahead here and add contact. Pretty standard website. So you can see that the font is like not the greatest font, right? It's like it's not the best thing. You know, it's not something that you know. I mean, it depends, right? Depends of the website that you're creating. I'm not a big fan of it. And you can see you don't have tools, you know, here in Illustrator, in Adobe InDesign. You don't have the tools that you actually can edit very nicely. And that's kind of the thing, right? You just there's not much that you can do. The other thing too is we just don't get. It's okay, we can leave it here. But again, remember, you needed to add the images here, okay? Like I added the images here. I think that's good. At least we don't lose a lot of time, okay? All right, wonderful. So I have here the buttons for the pages. It's gonna be 3 pages website. And now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add a larger image here. One of the best things about this is that you already can see a problem, which is great, right? All right, so pay attention to this problem that I have here, okay? And I will go ahead, let me just grab my image and add the image that I'm gonna be using inside of my website. So I'm gonna just, I just pasted an image there inside of the folder. Let's see here. Files right there. I just pasted this screenshot image there. I just grabbed the image and add inside of the folder of my website, and the image just show here inside of DREAMWEAVER. All right, if I grab this image here and I put this image, which is really big, inside of one of those pads, what's gonna happen is these 2 buttons here is gonna go all the way down because the image is really big. Because remember, everything here is a row, is one line, right? It's just one line. So if I add the image here, everything gonna go down, which it's pretty obvious. So if I add it here, you can see where the about is right now. So it becomes very problematic, right? So how do you fix this, all right? So the way that you're gonna fix this is really pay attention, okay? You can add table inside a table, okay? That's what we're gonna do. Table inside a table, and you can mix them together in order to work with multiple sections inside of one table and just one section inside of the others. Okay, so everything here is become very problematic, and what we're gonna do is gonna fix this. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead, really pay attention. Okay, how we gonna fix everything here. Okay, it's gonna be important to know this. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna delete these rows. Let me just grab it, delete. Let's see if I can delete right here. There you go. Let's see. Select and tables. Hold on, it's gonna give me a chance to delete and the tables and delete row. Let's see if I have a shortcut here. Tables, delete row. Yeah. And M right here. Shift, Command, and M, I delete. All right, cool. So what I'm gonna do is, so you can see I have one row here, right? One. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna just let me just add one more. I deleted. Let me just Ctrl Z, add one more. All right, cool. And so the strategy here is to add a larger image here. Okay, so I have this larger image. I'm gonna resize this image a little bit. Oh, really big, right there. I have the image here, okay? And you can see the image is on the side, right? Right there, cool, the image is there. So after I have this image here, I'm gonna go ahead and inside of this table here, I'm gonna add another table here. You see insert, let me just see it, insert table. I'm gonna go ahead here and insert table. On and I can put here, you see, on left and on the top. Or just go on the top. So I'm gonna go on top, and I'm gonna add, let's see, 7 rows and no column, 0 column, right? Because I don't need a column, because I'm gonna just add the buttons there. And the width here, you need to be very careful, okay? I'm just gonna put 100 megapixels, which will go from this side to this side. And I'm gonna just go ahead and click OK. As you can see, I have it right there, okay? So I need to add more rows because it's becoming too tiny. And you can see that the table is right here in the middle. Is not even on a very top there. So you can see that you're always going to be adding in the center rather than the top. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to add the table again. I'm going to fix that. I'm going to add a table with more rows, and I'm going to just put like 15 right there. And you can see that went a little bit more to the top. I couldn't even add more. Let's go back. Let's see, table, let's add with 18. I think that would be better. Okay, but they're cool. Let's see, this will go on the top, doesn't it? Oh yeah, right there, good. All right, cool. So I have that fits everything here. You can even add a lot of buttons here, okay, if I want to. But I'm gonna go ahead and I will add my first button, which is about. Second button, which is contact. What was it? Images, and my third button, which is contact. As you can see, things are not aligned nicely here, which really bothers me a lot. And you have some options, you know, by selecting. If you click, there's a paragraph format that you can go. There's lists, fonts, and you can see there are so many different fonts here. And these are internet fonts, just by clicking with the right button, okay? So let's just choose a different font here. Let's see right here, and these are internet. I'm gonna just click on that one. Okay, okay. These will be applied to the entire website. That's the one that will. Let's see here. Here it says that again, this will apply to the entire website. I can't apply to any HTML elements. ID applies only to HTML elements. Tag already finds. All right, cool. You must select blank. Let's see. I don't have anything here. Let's see. All right, cool. Blank. Class name must start with alphabetical character. Let's see. New style sheet. Yeah, actually, I would cancel this, okay? Because there will be a CSS. Will apply to everything, and that will limit me to edit things in different ways. But CSS just stay in one way when you add it. Let's see, style, bold, italic. Okay, let me see what I want to do here. Cool, 1 second. Let's see, paragraph format. Let's see if we can change the paragraph format here. Paragraph. They changed a little bit, but not. I mean, it doesn't change much. You just change the size of the images. Ideally, let me just delete this table here, okay? Add it again, table, and I'm gonna add on the left only, right there, and still in the middle here. That's okay, fair enough. All right, cool. I added the 3 extra. Shift Command M. There you go, Shift Command N, just for me to delete one more. Cool. Wonderful. All right, not too bad. Make the image a little bit bigger, just a little bit. All right, cool. To be a little bit aligned with the buttons. All right, so things are fine here, and then all right, reserve here, whatever you want to do. Okay, I don't even go there. It's not worthy to go. Wonderful. All right, I have everything organized right now, and here you can see live. Let me Control S to save, and if you click here on live, it's gonna show the web page, and you can see that I have all the tables showing here. Live means this is what the website is gonna look like. Okay, and obviously that I really don't want the tables showing everything, but the website's pretty decent. It's pretty organized right now. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead to my design page again. I'm gonna go to each table here. Let me just put in a split, and I'm gonna go ahead and cell spacing is pretty fine, but border, I'm gonna just put a 0 border, and you're gonna start seeing things disappearing here. Okay, so the border is gone with this. On this table here, border, I'm gonna put 0 too, and everything disappear here. Okay, yeah, you can see it's showing here, but there's no line anymore. If you click on live view, that's the website that you're gonna see. Okay, so that's the benefits of working with a split, because you can change things on a spot. You can see the border here. Okay, cool. So I have the website again. I don't like this, but that's fine for right now. All right. All right, cool. So I have my index page. Now what I'm going to do is I will go ahead and I really don't like this. I just want to change this, okay? I'm going to go ahead and let's go to Illustrator very quick. That would be better to do this and fix that in a best way. Go to Illustrator. Right there, Illustrator. Let's just cut these buttons. The buttons looks pretty decent here. And I'm going to go ahead, cut the buttons. You need to cut all of them individually, okay? So let's change the size of the button a little bit. The about here. Okay. And I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna save it about, and you can see what it look like. About. Remember the width, it will always be 109. The height will change a little bit, okay? But the width, 109, okay? So I'm gonna put about, lowercase about right there. Saved. Go ahead to image. See 109 there. Good. Image. It's images. I think they wrote image there in Illustrator. Image, actually I wrote images. And I'm gonna go to contact. Contact. Cool. So I have my buttons there, and I'm gonna just add the buttons on Dreamweaver. At least you can get the decent. Yeah, it's kind of really bothering me. Writing. Therefore, it's better to design your buttons in, you know, Illustrator or any other software. Cool. So I'm gonna go ahead there to my files. My buttons are there. I'm gonna just go ahead and drag it. About. Images. And contact. Look how decent that turned out now. And if I click here on live, there you go. Pretty really decent, right? Image contact, cool. Pretty simple. Okay, right there, wonderful. All right, and you already can see my images, right? I'll screenshot. I don't need it to rename it right now. Ideally, you want to rename very nicely so you know what things are. Okay, cool. Let's go back to design. Cool. So my index is ready, okay? My homepage is ready. Now, how can you create sub-images here? An image for about. Ideally, what you want to do is, you're gonna go to your folder, you're gonna just duplicate the index page and rename it that. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go to my folder, and I'm gonna just copy and paste the index page. Just literally Control C and Control V, or on a Mac, Command C and Command V, okay, go inside of the folder. And I'm gonna rename the copy of my index page, okay? And I'm gonna rename it to About, because it's gonna be my next. So I will show to you what it looks like. So you can see here, let me just, soon you're gonna see my page here. Once I go to this, go to that one. I have my index page here, and I have my about here, which when I click 2 times on this, you can see here, that is exactly copy of my index. Okay, exactly copy. So then you can change, right? You can go ahead here. I'm gonna delete this picture. I don't need this picture anymore. What I need is, I need a text about me or about this work, this website. Yellow Square is a fun website that only talks about squares. Right there, it's so weird stuff. Or just remember only, not only. Oops, only. There you go. Again, right, you can write here, or you just can go ahead and write in Illustrator and copy this, you know, the text as an image. Okay, ideally I would recommend you to do that. And again, right, I'm on an about page here, and I would just put in live here, and that's what look like the website, right? It's right there. Cool. All right, so but how do you connect this, you know, how do you go there to the home page and create a button for this? All right, pay attention. You're gonna select the button, okay? I'm gonna click the right button and, you know, select it, click with the right button, and make a link. Okay, make that a link. After you make that a link, you can click select the page and you can open. Okay, so that's it. It's a link. It would just open. Or you can go ahead and you have hyperlinks too. You see here, about. When you insert a hyperlink, that's pretty much the idea. That's a place actually that you need to go better, but you can create a link too. Okay, so about here, insert hyperlink. You need to write a text here if you need to, but link here, you can go ahead to your about page and let's see, clicking blank. Let's see, targets. That would work pretty far. Actually, not. Ideally, would be the link one that would work. About, make a link. Then select the button. Make it. Click with the right button. Let's go back again. Start again. Select the object. Click with the right button. Make a link, and then click on about on the page that I need to, and open. Right there, that's a link created here. So you can see the image that will be searched is this. Let's actually see this working very nicely, okay? So I'm on the index page. I'm gonna go to live. Oops, live. So I'm in a live here. And you can see that when I hover the mouse over, it's become a link already. You can see my hand change, the cursor change a little bit. If I click, you will not go because, hold on. Let me see, let me try first here because later I'll show it to you guys. Let me just go to my website very quick. Oh, there you go, all right. It worked on my browser and I'll show it to you guys in a second, okay? So it worked pretty fine, very nicely. Yeah, the link is really I just opened on a browser. Let me see if you will be able to see here. Just give me a second. Let's see, Dreamweaver, Illustrator, and let me see if I can open. Let me just go back here and open in index. Hold on, okay? Right there, and oh, there you go, right there. So this is the website working inside of my computer because you can see the address here, okay? So when I hover the mouse over, you can see the cursor change, right? And I'm just gonna click on the about. There you go, and I went to the about, right? It just went to about. Obviously, I don't have a home page here, so you know, I can create the logo type as a home page. Let's just go back to Dreamweaver, and I just can create a. Hold on. Just go here to the logo type and click the right button, and I go and let's go back. Let's just go to the design view. Select the logo. Click the right button and just go and there's a link here. Oh, make a link here. Click, make a link, and I can just go back to I always go back to my index. Okay. I'm already on an index, right? So I don't need to make this a link. I need to make the link as an about. The fun thing about this is that you, after making a link, if I copy this object here, Control C or Command C, and I paste on any page, will always be a link. You know, it's just like you're copying links on any document and pasting. It will be a link. Okay, the link will be attached to it. Cool. All right, so I already have the home page and I already have a page created. We don't need to create any more page. Now is where we need to put our website on the internet. We have our website created. We have the index page, okay? And we have an about page. We have a website complete. Now we need to upload this entire website. Remember that the folder that you created with, it needs to have everything, all the images, links, all the pages, everything together in one single folder, okay? Which, remember that I created this folder that called yellow squared, and everything's inside there. Once again, the index pages are important. Cool? All right. So let me tell you where we're gonna go to upload this website, okay? Still a little bit in Dreamweaver. I want to do one more thing here that I didn't do, so I can save my project. So I wanted to change the background of my project, and I'll tell you a little bit what to do. Okay, what you can do. You can instead of leaving this white, I'm just gonna go into. Let me see here. Let me see. File, page properties. All right, in page properties, you have appearance here in CSS, HTML format. So you can add an image if you want to, an appearance as well. You can add background images. I mean, you can do a lot of things here. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna add an image here in the back. You can see here that shows a little bit the types of fonts that's gonna be throughout the entire page. So I'm gonna go to my HTML. I'm gonna just find an image, and I'm gonna add, let's see, an image from my. Just gonna add a fun image here. Let me see what I have. All right, just a weird image here. Okay. I add the image, and I need to save the image inside of the folder. You can see here, it's telling me to save inside of this folder where all the other objects and pages are located. So I'm just gonna write background right there. Background right there. Cool. All right, so I have the image. I also can change the colors if I want to, if I don't want to add the image, but I'm gonna add an image just for fun. Okay, right there. Cool. I'm gonna just put apply. You can see now crazy the color of my website. And I'm gonna just go ahead and click OK. So this is gonna be the color of my website, which become really, really, really fun. Okay. All right, that's a work that I created. All right, cool, fun. Now what I'm gonna be doing is I make sure that I saved. So everything's saved. I have my index here. I'm gonna add on an index as well. Let me just add an index. Just by clicking with the right button here too, you can go to page properties. And I'm gonna just add again a different image. So for my about page, I need to save that. So front page background right there. So for front page is going to be one image. For the about page is going to be a different image. Cool. So looks good, looks fun. All right, excellent. I'm going to just save it. All right, my website is ready. Again, that was the only thing that I forgot. The website's ready. And here where we're going to go now to upload this this website into a host, okay? A host website. So the website I'm going to be using to host this website, our website that we create in Dreamweaver, will be a website called Our Space. This is free. You will be able to do free. You don't need to pay anything here, okay? So you're just going to sign up for the website. So make your sign up. I already signed up. You're going to get an email confirmation or email. You just follow all through that. And then I'm going to just log in, okay? I'm going to log in already. I have my my account that I created, and everything was just fine. Okay, I created an account already. Let me just go back. And what's going to happen is I will be redirected to a control panel. Okay, that's where I'm going to be redirected. Okay. All right, so this is what the control panel look like. Okay, of the websites that I'm going to be hosting the work. So there's a lot of things here fun that you can play with it. Okay, there's a domain manage, there's Zack app installer, there host settings, FTP manager. The FTP manager, you can connect this with the with Dreamweaver, and you can upload any change in Dreamweaver directly through your FTP. We're not gonna be doing this. There's no need to do this right now. Okay. But any change that you do, you can be changed live, okay, which is really, really, really fun, rather than drag and drop. Okay, but we're not gonna go into this, but pretty easy to do that. All right, so what we're gonna do here is, first thing, I'm gonna go to a domain manager. Okay, that's the first place to go. Go to domain manager. And what I need to do is I needed to create a free domain subdomain. If you want to create a domain like with .com or .net, we'll have to pay for, or you can create free domain. So I'm going to just create free domain here, and I'm going to write yellow box, yellow red box 2023. So this is the domain. It's like a weird just for the sake of this tutorial. And here has at webpages.com, okay? And I'm gonna click create, okay? So it's gonna verify if there is any, so you can see here, the subdomain yellow red box 2023 at webpages has been added successful. So you can see the domains right here, okay? And here there's a status. I don't have my website now, but I can add the files, okay? So there's a directory here. I also can access the files by coming to hosting tools and file manager, which would be the same thing as this, okay? So I'm going to go hosting tools and file manager. So in hosting tools file manager, you can see that my yellow box website is right here. What I'm gonna do in here, this is just a folder, as you can see as a folder. I need to add my entire website, all the files from my website inside of here. So I'm gonna click 2 times here, okay? And right now I have this nothing site. I'm gonna go to my website that I saved, okay, in my desktop. Saved on my website in my desktop. And all the files that I created, all the files, okay? Let me just click on this to help you guys to see a little bit better. Window display capture. Let's see, display capture will be better. Just for you to see, okay? So let's click on, as you can see, I have all my files for my website here. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select everything and I'm gonna drag it into this folder, okay? Right there, you need to see a little the plus sign so you can drop it. So everything I'm gonna drop here inside of, it went just 2. I need to make sure that I drop everything, okay? It didn't go through everything. And you can see it's not going through. What I need to do is I can just click on this upload button here. If you don't want to drag and drop, upload. And this is gonna open. I'm gonna just put upload. Find my, right here, find my entire website right there. Select everything and just upload it. Okay, right here, that's a little upload button. It says there's a few, the same file, I'll just duplicate it. And everything will be uploaded into my new website. So you can see everything's there now, right? Everything's here very nicely. Now is the fun part. So you are pretty much done after you've done that, okay? So I'm gonna go back to my dashboard. Okay, gonna go back to my dashboard. So you can see here domain manager. Just go there, domain manager. So you can see that I have my domain here. So if I click on website, it should open my website. It should open because you search for the index page. My index was there inside, right? If I click here, let's see what's gonna happen. Right there, website. This is the address of the website. Beautifully working, as you can see. Very, very nice working. We just created this right now, and here's the website. If I click on the About page, look at that. The About page, everything came. So the website's on the internet working for free. Okay, so that's kind of pretty much, that's how you build a website, okay? So I recommend you guys just to have fun, to enjoy it, create some crazy websites, and that's it, okay? So thanks again for stopping by the channel, and I will see you next time. All right, please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to do that, okay? All right, bye-bye.